Hi friends, MD Vegan. Juice fasting day, once a week. Today I make a new juice with spinach, and it's always a great moment on these juice fasting days. I feel great. I did it now for some time, and I already have accommodated to that. So I like my juice fasting day right now. And first it was a little bit discipline, and now it's just a pleasure. Especially as I have now this method, making beautiful, delicious juices here with green spinach. It's a leafy green, and they are the healthiest foods that we have. Green vegetables are the healthiest food. There's no debate in science, in Western science, experimental science. And to make it delicious, because if you just juice greens, it might be a little bit bitter. It doesn't taste that well. Especially spinach has oxalates, that is have a soluble salt that is not so good for the body. It tastes also a little bit strange, strong. Yeah, spinach by itself tastes well, but it picks to the teeth. You know, if you eat spinach raw, it can be a little bit strange. But so otherwise, as a green in general, spinach is very gentle in the flavor as compared to other greens. Yeah, it can be more bitter, more firm, yeah, hard to chew. Like kale, for example, so with the most nutrient density, kale, super healthy, super nutrient dense. But it is very hard to eat. It's not easy to prepare. Spinach is easy to prepare. It's easy to get, it's very inexpensive. So there are many positives for spinach. And then the oxalates, the story of the oxalates, that only says that we shouldn't eat it too much. So once or twice a week, spinach is super healthy, not too much. That's all. But it has a little bit of strange flavor on the teeth. And so it is good to have it in combination. Today I have pears and apples. That's a very easy trick, yeah, to make these wonderful greens into delicious juices. Here, 1 or 2 pears, and same amount of apples about. Apples and pears are wonderful to juice. They are sweet and sour, nicely balanced. Both fruit, apples and pears, have almost the exact same amount of nutrients. Pretty similar. The only thing that's different is that pears are good for flushing the kidneys. They make you give water away. It's good. Flushing the kidneys, good, because you get cleansed. But the apples are not so much for the kidneys. They are for the intestines, for the guts. Yeah? They flush the guts, to say. Yeah? So have a little bit of different benefits. Both have great nutrients. 100 apples, same amount of calories than the pears. Yeah? Not too much. Fruit has never too much calories, and they have similar health benefits and similar nutrients, almost the same. Yeah? So I love them both. They are both very different in flavor and texture. Pears are sweet and soft. Apples are crunchy and more sour and sweet, more balanced. Pear is softer, not easy to also to store. A pear turns bad pretty quick, whereas an apple can store forever, almost. So there are some differences. I always have apples here. They are less expensive. Pears are also a little bit more expensive, but what the health and the benefits and the nutrients in regards to both are pretty much similar. So I love them both. Very nice. And so with the pears and the apples, to make the spinach more delicious, I add lemon and ginger. Yeah, these are also very good for the spinach. The lemon flushes also with vitamin C, flushes the kidneys. That's very good. Yeah, everything goes out. It doesn't need to be in. And I have some ginger to make it hot. It gives warmth, especially on a juice fasting day. Yeah, I only drink juices only. That means that my body can cool down a little bit. Yeah, I have less energy from outside. Yeah. I don't eat that food, that much calories. I reduce my calorie intake. That means the energy I need has to come from inside. That means the body begins to digest some of the fat that has been stored. It consumes parts of what is stored inside. That is a different kind of metabolism. How we produce energy in the fasting days when we have reduced calories from outside, that makes a big difference. That makes one of the most important big differences from fasting. Fasting is so healthy because we cleanse ourselves. The body eats, consumes what it doesn't need anymore from inside. So we have to do it in moderation, gentle. That's why we in Tree Yoga we say gentle juice fasting, to be compassionate always and self-loving. So we don't want to hurt each other, ourselves, not the others, ourselves. Yeah, we want to heal all the time. We want to feel great. That's why I also have delicious juices, beautiful, delicious juices. They are delicious. They are energizing. They are fun. Yeah, they're nice to make, to create new recipes. Always also intellectual enterprise, adventure. To create a new recipe has to be delicious. Yeah, how to do that? That is very exciting. The color is beautiful. It's not a liter, maybe 0.8 or so, and texture is nice. Also, it is, as the pear makes the juice a little bit thicker. The apple makes it okay, not too thick, not too thin, and the spinach, of course, really it's not easy to juice a spinach. Yeah, if you have for example, a very fast blender, centrifuge, I don't know what they call the fast ones, then it is not easy to make to have the greens. But with a slow juicer, greens are easier. But I always do them first a little bit of greens, then a little bit of apple, greens, apple, pear, and different materials, different textures. So ginger, lemon, apple. I always do it one after the other. Interchanging a little bit, so that it's easier for the juicer. Yeah. The greens by itself are not so easy to juice, but together with other ingredients like apples and lemons and so on, it is okay, it works. With most juices, I would say. So the greens make it, I would say, not thick, not thin. Between most important are the apples and the pears for the texture. So texture is one thing, it's important for the juice, but also the flavor is, of course, is most. I will try it now. I haven't tried it before. Very nice color, I have to say. Wonderful flavor. Oh, it's really easy. With the lemon, the pear, and the apple, we get almost every juice delicious. Yeah, spinach is no exception. Yeah, it really makes a difference to use fruit in a juice. It's a wonderful green juice. It lets the body breathe deep down to every cell. That's what I feel. Because greens are really wonderful. They have this chlorophyll. It's a green color that really is our most important food. And it has an inside of the green, of the chlorophyll. Yeah, that is what most significantly separates plants from animals. We are also animals in a way. Yeah. Humans and animals are the same. They are all different from plants because the plants, they all have chlorophyll, the green. We don't have that. Animals, humans, we don't have any greens. And that's how the plants work. It's a whole different metabolism too. So with the green is so interesting. It has the perfectly identical structure, green molecule, the chlorophyll, that our red blood color. The red of the blood is exactly the same molecule as the chlorophyll, exactly the same. But one difference inside the center of it is the green has magnesium and the red has iron. Because we know iron is important for us in the blood to carry the oxygen. That's our most important nutrient. It's the oxygen. We can't live without air for even 10 minutes, we would die. Maybe food and water we can take without days and weeks. Yeah, but air is really critical. It's our first most important nutrient, is the air. And that's exactly what we need the red blood cells for, the red blood particles for. And they're exactly the same with the green. So you see how similar and how different we are. And the magnesium is what we need from the greens. Yeah. And the outside of the magnesium, yeah, what's around the magnesium, that can only be digested by the bacteria in our intestine. So we all work together in a perfect way. Bacteria eat away the outside of the green. In the inside, the magnesium is for us. Isn't that perfect? That is, magnesium is important if you have a muscle cramp, for example. It's important if you have a muscle cramp, if you don't eat enough on a fasting day. That can happen sometimes because of lack of nutrients. The muscle can cramp. Magnesium is the perfect tool to relax the muscles. So many important things. Magnesium is very important. Yeah, and that's also why it's our most important food. There are so many reasons. So green juices are really key on fasting days. I always make different juices. This is one meal, can be a little more, a little less. Most important, I drink it small sips. Take some time to drink it, to enjoy it, to really taste, enjoy everything. Because if I drink it too fast, it rushes into my system. There is no digestion on a fasting day. The nutrients go directly into the bloodstream. Yeah. And then we have sugar spikes in the blood, and that can cause some trouble. Yeah. So you don't want to have that. So drinking slowly is a good advice for fasting days, and then it should be pretty easy. But anyway, if it is unpleasant for so many reasons, I just slow down. I eat something, have a small snack or a soup or maybe a light salad, a smoothie. That is more important than having the discipline to fast full time, full on. But more important to me, and in general it should be feeling great. And if feeling great, then the energy flows inside and the self-healing of the body and the mind begins. So that's why gentle juice fasting is the way. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. This is a wonderful juice, very easy new recipe, and I will enjoy myself, and I hope you enjoy your fasting day that you like. You can also find a fasting group on Facebook where it's called Tree Yoga Moon Fasting. I make a new recipe there every week. Whenever I fast, I make a new recipe there for the juices, or for plant milks too. And you can also be a member there. And there's a moon fasting calendar for the best fasting days. Otherwise, just once a week. General advice, once a week, minimum 24 hours. That's a good way to do it without any problems. You have enough juices a day. You should feel great. If it's a little bit tough, you just have a little snack or something. Don't do it too hard. But what counts is always you do keep on doing it for the rest of the life. Then comes the big benefit. You get used to it and take it into your rhythm of the daily life in the flow. So thanks for watching. You can also subscribe and be vegan on YouTube, have another recipe every single day, and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.